Actually gonna film like a nice, fun episode, and we had like 40 minutes of footage, right? It was 40 minutes.
Yeah, ish.
We were talking about 40 minutes. I could have been using this time to do my homework, but Maple's laptop crashed and restarted for apparently no reason.
I'm crying.
So we lost all the footage. Therefore, we are going to try and re-record something really short, and that's why it's going to be short, as I said. It's going to be short because we don't got a lot of time.
Yeah.
And we have school tomorrow. So we want to go to bed.
Okay.
I just realized you can see the mess back there, so I am going to turn on the camera so you don't have to see it. Thank you, guys.
Yes, so what are you making?
Well, if we had the original clips, we would know. But I am making like a summer shirt because it's almost summer. Oh, it's getting warmer. It's getting so much warmer here.
Yeah.
And how I know that spring or summer is coming is that when I was biking home today, bugs hit me in my face. So I know, yeah, spring is coming. Spring is coming. Because the insects are out to get me. Yay. That's really fun.
Yeah.
So, what are you making? I realized I forgot to ask that.
I don't know. I'm just doing some Tunisian crochet. Like, I'm making a shirt.
Okay.
It's really slow, but well. Anyway, so we were talking about World War III. Really weird way to start.
As most of you probably know if you're actually watching this video, and if you don't, well, here it is. So on February 28th, the United States and Israel bombed Iran after after some build-up of tension on both sides, mostly from Trump and his threats. But I think in a post on Truth Social, I
probably from Truth Social, probably.
X. I follow him on X. It's really bad. But in like a Truth Social post, he was saying like, oh, the operation is it aims to prevent Iran from gaining more nuclear weapons, and to defend the American people from the Iranian regime.
Yeah.
And I guess by extension, because he's also mentioned like, oh, Iranian people, this is your time to rise up and revolt and overthrow your current leaders.
Yeah. Yeah, and then in retaliation, like Iran bombed some nearby Middle Eastern countries like the UAE.
Yeah, slightly more Western leaning.
Bahrain and Qatar.
Yeah, where they bombed?
Where else they bombed?
Why are we laughing at Qatar, hun?
Qatar.
Oh no, because in the previous recordings she pronounced it the way that Ezra Klein did.
I'm sorry. I'm like
so brain rotted when it
brain
comes to Ezra Klein, bro.
I'm sorry. Anyways, and then Israel also bombed some other nearby stuff. Like I think Israel bombed Hezbollah in Lebanon and stuff. So fun. It's pretty much, and I don't know, like Iran, I think was just doing that to, increase the scale and make it more of a regional conflict, kind of just, up the stakes a bit.
Yeah, like test the waters.
Yeah.
See if they would allow such transgression.
Yeah, because places like
how it like goes up.
Places like the UAE and Qatar are places. Bro, your face is fully in the recording. What the flip are you doing?
No, it's okay. I will edit.
Okay. Anyways, but so
I love you.
Because places like the UAE and Qatar are places that the US is neutral / kind of positive with, because they use it for things like negotiations, right? So a lot of the Israel-Palestine talks were in Qatar and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think it's kind of just to test the waters to see whether the U.S. and its allies, like how defensive they are, especially because at the beginning, something I found funny was when the U.S. first did this, the UK's first reaction, Kier's first reaction was like, we have no part of this, because they were like, do not get
involved. Now they're
Yeah.
like, oh, you can use our airfield.
Like just for defensive, just for defense though.
Only for defensive purposes.
Yeah, I think France also.
More people are getting pulled into this.
France also initially had a similar stance as the UK, right? So we were not involved in this. I think they were. Did they say like they were informed on it or something? I don't remember. Don't quote me on this. But anyways, someone was informed on it, and I think, yeah, and then I think now the European countries are also kind of like, yeah, you know, we can help a little bit. We'll see though. We'll see. So yeah,
it will be revealed in time.
I don't know. The thing is, I think the thing is World War III. World War III, I feel like a more likely way. We were saying this, but not necessarily a more likely way World War III will start. But another likely thing that would happen is because the U.S. and its allies are so preoccupied at the moment, especially the U.S. Right, the U.S. is running out of a lot of its weapons.
Like some people might take advantage of like their as a distraction, and use it as like a segue into pursuing military operations.
Yeah, like
military campaigns that they've wanted to do for a long time. Like for example, like maybe China with like Taiwan.
Yeah.
Because Taiwan is like allied with the United States, but the United States isn't distracted.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, sidetracked, but I don't even know if the U.S. would come to Taiwan's defense. I think so. I think so. I think so. Anyways, but the thing is, what was I gonna say? What was I gonna say? What were we talking about? Oh yeah. And like the U.S. is going low on things like missile defense, I think, and also the Tomahawk missiles.
But also, like, if Iran does decide to provoke NATO, do you think they would actually respond on Article 5 or no?
I think the European countries would respond. I don't know if the U.S. would. But the U.S. is already involved anyway, so to be honest, they would probably defend the EU. Not because of Article 5 per se, but just because, you know.
Yeah.
I don't think Iran is brave enough, though, at the moment to
attack. Yeah, because that's why they're testing the waters, right? So it's like...
Yeah, because, we were saying this, but now the Supreme Leader is dead, right? So there's a power vacuum. And there are kind of two ways this could go out. So the first, or three maybe, I don't know. The first way would be civil war, obviously, because there's a power vacuum and, you know, there's a succession problem because the military officials and the government officials don't feel enough incentive to keep working for the state.
Yeah.
And they might just join the public if the new leader doesn't provide enough private rewards.
Mm-hmm.
Another way this could roll out is, you know, new leader, though I don't know how likely that is. I don't know too much about Iranian politics, but based on, I think, what we've been hearing in the news, it's not like we've heard anyone say, this is the next person. I've just heard that the supreme leader died. I haven't heard anyone talk about who's next, which makes me question whether there is a real succession. And yeah, I think maybe a third way this could play out is I don't know, like, three ways is in like one, there's a new leader, and one way is the new leader will continue its, you know, operations and maybe even more extreme. But the other might be because the supreme leader is dead, maybe they're not as passionate. Maybe I don't know if this is true, but maybe like there's not enough incentives or there's not enough money or something to actually carry out even more defenses. Wait, my mom. 什么？没有，我在打电话，你等一会儿，我一会儿来。我知道我一会儿来，我在录个视频，我一会儿来。Okay. Anyways.
Imagine if I keep this section just like you for last time.
It's okay, I don't really care. But
keep that section in.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't think the thing is Iran doesn't really have allies, that's the thing. Russia and the China obviously condemned the attacks, but so did everyone else. I'm pretty sure Russia, China, Iran, or something like that, they were working together for a while in military. But now that the actual conflict began, they're not really doing anything. They're not really saying, we'll supply you with weapons and stuff. And I think that's kind of another reason why, you know, this global order is something we should value in a sense, because if you think about autocratic countries like China and Russia, they're very transactional, whereas the US, they want to make these alliances like Article 5 and humanitarian aid and stuff like that. And while there are definitely national strategic stuff that is going on with this, it also just highlights the different dynamics between these allyships and why this Western way of approaching allyship is so much more like reliable, I guess, than this kind of not really informal but more transactional way versus a relationship way of doing deals.
We sit on to a segment that what we were talking before about like democratic leadership versus autocratic leadership, and because democracy, as you said, doesn't actually work very well, right?
Well, it works well in retrospect, but if you inspect it, it's not that good.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's democracy as we have it, not the system per se.
Like, because it's a good idea, but the current way that we operate it is not the best. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. But I mean, it's good in retrospect.
Yeah, of course. I can agree with that.
Yeah. I was saying this when we were last recording, but the thing is, when I first saw the Iranian protests, I thought, this was never going to work because, like, never going to work, not as in it will never overthrow the regime, as in it will never work, as in it will never bring democracy and political freedoms to Iran. Because the reason why there was mass protest, the biggest protest ever, was not triggered by a lack of political freedom. It was because of the economic problems that came. That was the ends to the political means, right? So once there's a new leader that can provide good economic ends, these people may very well abandon their political ends. So, for example, this is why autocratic leaders like, Putin, who, when they stepped into office, Russia was democratizing, but Putin did all these autocratic stuff alongside his perceived to be successful policy, because his policy is not actually good. That's why he's trying to prolong the war, because it brings economic goodness. Otherwise, his economy would be in shambles.
Yeah.
So he is able to maintain popularity. But that's why when pro-democracy protests are triggered by economics, there's a high chance that it really won't stick for too long. If you think about the trajectory of liberal democracy throughout history, it was through decades, and it was a true ideological build up. It was very slow, and especially things like the UN, it was partially economic, yes, but it was also very politically as an end, and that's why it could sustain peace for 70-ish years, and now we're seeing its cracks. But yeah.
Indeed. Yeah, what else were we talking about?
We kind of got off topic. We stopped talking about.
Yeah, we started talking about the your island. No, your.
Oh yeah. No, I was saying, like, the thing is, democracy is good in retrospect, as I said, but I wonder if that's just because people that did autocracy did it badly. Like, the thing is, if you look at, I agree. If we want to generalize, democracy is more peaceful, more economically prosperous, more free, and happier. I don't know about happier. Yeah, I guess, like, in the modern world, but I don't know if people are happier now than they were before. I don't know. I don't live in the past, and I can't say those stuff. But there have been, like, kind of successful autocracies. They're not perfect, but I was saying, how, Tiffany, I know you're watching this, we talk about colonizing Mars. Like, if we colonize Mars, I would low-key be an autocratic leader, but I would listen to the people, and it would low-key work. You just can't vote me out, because the issue with I was talking about this, because the issue with the way democracies ran with the 4-year term and also the term limits is that policy is always short term, and
because
people are too dumb to see long-term benefits. That's
Yeah,
why it
because the
doesn't work.
way that the short term, like the 4-term presidency works, right? The presidents most of the time, because they want to enact change, but because they have a set time limit, a lot of the times they would rush that change, and then therefore that change might not be as effective as like, say a project would realistically take 10 years, but because they only get 4 years
Yeah.
in office, they would try and rush the process, and therefore people would end up with some half-baked programs
Yeah.
that they have to rely on.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of I don't know. I think that might have been things like the wall, in the US, right? Trump when he was trying to build the wall, because let's be real, a wall is not the solution to immigration problems.
So,
But it looks good on a 4-year term because direct action, and I guess there was some direct consequences. And therefore, it seems good in the current way we run democracy. But if we think about actually bringing good change, that's not really how you solve immigration issues.
no.
That's why leaders nowadays, they prefer to have flashy things. It's kind of like, the thing is, while I totally agree we should extend Medicare, it's there's an issue of like upstream versus downstream problems, right? We're all solving the problems that are we're all solving the symptoms instead of the cause, because
Mm-hmm.
why
Yeah.
is Medicare needed? Because healthcare is so expensive in the US. If you lower pharmaceutical costs, then you cut out a step. But that's
Yeah.
not as flashy as a
Pharmaceuticals in
deduction.
the US are like a completely different sector.
Yeah.
Like their own thing.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah. Oh, sorry, what? Yeah, they're privatized. Yeah.
Yeah, they're privatized.
I mean,
So,
like, the thing is, in places like the EU, like, I know that in the Netherlands, it's also privatized, but it's like government regulated and stuff. So
yeah. Oh, the assembly today when they were talking about like
bro, what did
they
you
were
see?
talking about like what was it, creatine? No.
Creatine. Oh, creatine.
Creatine.
Stop. But yeah, we had a school assembly about creatine, taking supplements or something.
Supplements.
They're like, don't take
And like
supplements.
and leaned over my shoulder and he was like, "Do you take creatine?"
No way, bro. What?
And then he also turned to Juno and he was like, "Wow, Juno, you need to stop taking." And Juno was like, "What the hell?"
Bro, who does he think you are? I'm crying.
He was trying to make a joke, I know, but I was like, "What the?"
Oh, I thought he was serious. I thought honestly, I could
see.
see a teacher seriously saying that. Like, I could see like Miss or something being like, "Do you take creatine?"
Yeah, he was like, "Do you take supplements? You take creatine?"
Bro, why was like, we're just name dropping this one. Why was he like asking hyper specific questions? Like, bro,
Yeah,
you're
he
not
was
tough. I'm sorry. When stood up
He
at
was
the
like, yeah, but what are like the specific, like when you say that, like, oh, it's not recommended people take like creatine under 18, like what are like the specific side effects?
bro, yeah, and at the
No.
end when
Was sure that it's bad, bruh.
like, just say you take
what are you
creatine.
talking about?
Yeah. When I was like, I don't have a question, but just come to the basketball game, I got like secondhand embarrassment. I'm sorry. I was like, bro, shut the fuck up. Like, no one cares. I'm scared.
The shameless self-plug, bruh.
Yeah. Anyways, do we have more politics to talk about?
Oh yeah,
We're
let's
gonna talk about school stuff.
who do you think will run for 2028?
Oh yeah, we're saying this. I think it will be Gavin Newsom, and I was saying this.
Like I don't really, like, yeah.
I don't like Gavin Newsom personally, but he would be a good candidate just because he's white, he's straight, he has a wife, he has like 3 kids or something. He's Christian, and he's rich. So, well, the thing is, Trump is also rich, and the thing is,
but Trump doesn't act like he's rich.
Trump doesn't act like
he's like an outsider to the system.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I think yeah.
No, I mean like people can see that he's rich, but because like he's like, ooh.
I think in a way it's like you like to criticize the same thing you aspire to be, right? Trump kind of does that where he sometimes flexes his money, like especially in older clips, he definitely flexes money. But at the same while people, like that he's an outsider, they also like that he's rich, you know what I mean? It's kind of a desire to be the best of both worlds, kind of.
Yeah, I guess.
So
I see that.
And I think the vice will be AOC, which sure, whatever. Sure.
Yeah. Oh no.
The thing is, I will say something though. I say Gavin Newsom should run because he's white and stuff, but at the same time, you really don't know how politics goes because, for example, Obama won after 9/11, right? Or was that during? Yeah. Wait,
so.
when was 9/11? 2001, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Obama ran. Yeah. Obama was after 9/11, and they still elected a Muslim. He's not Muslim, but he's like black, a black president.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you don't. I don't think Kamala should run. Of course not. But you don't.
When Kamala's like, guys, I might run again.
But you really don't know if just because he's, stereotypical president.
If she runs again, I don't think she's gonna win.
Yeah, no, she's not gonna win. No, she might win just out of spite, but the next president will be Republican. Like.
Yeah.
Wait! I just realized the midterms are coming up.
We need a good transition, guys.
Yeah, the midterms are coming up.
2020 November something.
Yeah.
Right?
Are you excited? I'm not excited. I don't care. I don't really care.
Before my birthday.
It will. It's like October, yeah. Oh my god, you'll be 17, yo. Pedophile.
I didn't want to think of
pedophile, my husband, pedophile.
Excuse me? You're I was already a pedophile when you were 15. Right? What are you talking about? We were technically illegal. You about it like that.
Yeah. I'm still 15, what do you mean?
Oh shit, I forgot about that.
I'm still illegal.
Yeah, we're illegal actually.
Yeah. Wait, I should go to sleep.
Hurry up and go.
Okay, so yeah, that was a fun talk.
What do you mean go to sleep? You go to sleep at 1.
I meant to shower, that's what I mean.
Oh.
Yeah. No, I don't go. Wait, I do not go to sleep at 1 on school days. I go to sleep at like 11:30ish, 11:40.
And then on weekends.
We don't talk about my weekend sleep schedule.
Let's talk about it.
Oh, I'm excited to listen to Positive America today. It's gonna be raw, I'm sure.
Yeah. It's gonna be pretty raw as usual.
Yeah. Okay. Mini rant. I think the reason why people call Ezra Klein sane washing is because they're not used to just criticizing with a flat tone.
Because Ezra Klein, he's
just rational. He's just rational, to be honest.
Yeah,
sometimes I agree he has too much trust in institutions, but I also don't think that's true at the same time. Like,
also, I feel like he deliberately tries to mask his views to allow his guests to shine.
Yeah, exactly. No, exactly, because he said this. He said, when I was starting a podcast, I was like, how boring is it if I just project my own opinions? It's about other people's opinions, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And, when he had, I forgot his name, Yoram Hazony or something. Yoram Hazony, something like that. But it's a Israeli-American national conservative, which is so funny to me because you're not white, technically. Oh. But, he was challenging his views to some degree. But people are so brainwashed by people like Positive America because they're just screaming at Trump the whole episode. Which is, fun, I guess, to listen to.
I don't get how, you use them as a way to fall asleep though. I do not.
Yeah, it's just passive consumption, but it's really not. I feel like it's really not a healthy way to understand news, and that's why people view centrists.
I don't take that analysis seriously.
Yeah, sometimes they're right, but they communicate in a way where they're kind of not wrong per se, but it's the wrong medium in my opinion. It's too unserious, bro. Yeah, it's when they talk about Epstein, it's haha. I'm bro, it's not really haha. I respect Ezra's somberness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my rant.
Your husband.
Before
your
I go to sleep.
Husband after me.
No. But before I go to sleep, that's what I'll be listening to. I'm such a hypocrite when it comes to this, but all good. Okay, so fun talks.
Yeah, well,
we had a formative assessment basically.
Yeah, it's sorry guys, we had a good episode until we lost all the footage.
Yeah, don't worry, the next one will probably be with
Before you go, Tiffany and maybe Helena, you guys
I'll stay safe in Houston. I hope nothing crazy happens in America before May.
Yeah, I hope nothing crazy happens in America. And then you go, and then I mean, I still hope you don't get detained, but it'll be funny if like you ended up on.
Yeah, funny.
Like, I would actually cry, but like it would be funny to something.
What would happen? I feel like maybe an ICE shooting, maybe ICE troops in Houston, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Well, like you said, ICE troops in Houston.
World War III.
Stop. Yeah, World War III.
No, I don't think it'll happen. No, it won't happen. Not for now. All right, bye.
No. Oh, okay, bye.
Bye, guys. I
Send
love
me
you.
the clips, I'll edit them.
I love you, my viewer singular.